Hello everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Today we will learn about Microsoft Excel. I don't think I gave any introductory lecture about Excel yet. Right, Isaac? I haven't given any about Excel, right? Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, so let's do today Excel. I will share my screen and let me see first. Let me do this and share my screen. Okay. And okay, let's go to the Excel and let me show you how Excel works. So when you go to Excel, what is Excel used for? Excel is basically used for uh, creating the sheets, finance sheets related to business, even related to your data analysis, related to your research project. So basically Excel is the medium where you create the sheets or you do the data analysis, you create the formulas, you do the calculations, you prepare the graphs, you prepare the charts. This is what you do in Excel. When you open the Excel, there is basically only one thing. Most of the time you use only one thing, and that is the blank workbook. It is very different from Word or PowerPoint, because in Word or PowerPoint, you are actually using um, you can see many other options here, but in Excel, most of the times you are using one option, though you can find many templates, but it is always good to start with a blank sheet. So let's start with a blank sheet. Let's go here. So we will do like basic level for Excel today. And then in our next time, I will show you some more advanced features. So in Excel, you can say that it is written, alphabets are written here, and some numerals are here, like 1, 2, 3, all the digits are here. So this thing, when I put my mouse, like I move my mouse on the top of A, I click left button and I select it, it is called as column. Okay. If I put my mouse here on 1 and I press left click on mouse, it is called as row. Okay. Same way, this is called as column. So these are all columns and these are all rows. Okay. So this is important for you to know. Now, if you see here on the top ribbon, you can see many things are same to Microsoft Word. For example, this box for formatting is same as in Microsoft Word. This box is somehow same, not exactly same in Word because it has some extra features. Okay. And if we go to insert, you will again see it has few things similar. For example, Microsoft Word also had illustrations like shapes, icons, 3D models, and pictures. Microsoft Word also has a chart area, but it has more broader chart area because Excel is about data analysis. Okay. Then we go to draw. We never use this feature because draw is mainly used when you have a tablet, or you have a laptop where you can use your finger on the screen. So we don't need to use it because it's not compatible for, it can be compatible if you have some external thing where you can attach a pen and you can draw. So it's not going to work out here. So then we have the page layout. In page layout, you can see a few things are similar, like margins, orientation, portrait, landscape, background. Few things are similar, few things are different. Then we have formulas. So here are the different formulas which you can see here. but I will show you the basic things how to create your own formula. Then we have data. This is the data for the data analysis things. Then we have review. Review is almost same as in Word. So most of the time, most of the things are almost same, right? I would like to actually, I think it was in data, the thing that I added. Yeah, I already added it. Okay. Anyway, so let's go and start from the basic. So for example, we are going to, this is like a table for you. You see, this is like a table, right? So you can even create the borders of this table. If you like, you can go here and you can click the borders, thick outside borders or all borders. So you see the all borders will be created. It will be created in the form of table. Usually I don't do this because it's not really required. So let's see what you want to create. For example, you want to create you are thinking about some sort of a data like uh, just let's create, you are looking for a relationship between weight of the people and number of days that they do exercise, right? So you are looking to find a relation between that, these two parameters. We call it as a parameter. So let's go down. I will actually create one column. So if you want to create, if you have typed something and you think you need to create one column before that, just move your mouse on the top of this, click one left on the mouse, then right, and then say insert. Okay, and one column will be created on this on your left hand side. Now I would like to put the weight, for example, let's put in the pound, in the kgs. Let's write here that it is the kg. And let's number of the days number. So you see when I wrote the kg, k is visible, g is not visible. So how you do that? You move your mouse on the top of B and you see this arrow came up like with double arrow. When I move towards the like when I move here near the edges or near the border, this arrow comes up, right? So I will move my mouse here. When this arrow comes up, then I will press one left click and I will drag with other finger towards my right, and this will be bigger. Same way, it is very much same as is the table on Word and PowerPoint, okay? Now, there is another way to do that. Let me go back to show you. The other way to do that is that you select this cell. Okay, I told you before that each of the box in table is called as cell. So these are the cells. So I select this cell. You go here on your top ribbon and you click this, this one, wrap test. I will wrap it and you see it wrapped means it is on the same cell, but it will move down, okay? So let's go here. For example, if someone is 70 kg, the person needs to do the exercise for example, 3 days per week. Let's write it days per week. And let's wrap it also. Okay, let me put, okay, good. So if some person is 110 kg, the person needs to do exercise 7 days per week. If the person is, for example, like 40, let me actually write it in a sequence. Let's write 40 here, like 50 here, and let's write it maybe 2. Let's write 70, then we can write 3. Let's write 100, and let's write here 5. And like if someone is 110, let's write the person needs to do exercise 7 days per week. This is the data. Now we need to find the analysis and we need to do the other things. So let's see what is the average weight of the person, right? So that's why I created this column here. Let's see what is the average weight. So how to create like the formula and how to calculate it. So you select the cell. For example, I am selecting a cell whenever I move anywhere. So I can see a comment. Zoom your worksheet. Okay. Now I think it's more visible. Okay. So I select, if when you move to any cell and you click one left, your cell is selected, right? So I will go here where I want to add the average. I will go into the top column, this top ribbon. I will press one left click on mouse. You see, now it is there. Then I will press is equal to sign on your keyboard. Then it is now going into the formula mode. Then I will move my mouse to your left hand side in the where it is written sum. It can be written as functions in your computer. It is different in every computer. You click this to the down and then it is written average. You click one left on your mouse and you see this is written, this came up. You select this arrow, you see the upward arrow, one left click, and then you select the row. You press, you move your mouse over the 50, like the topmost number. You press one left click and with other finger you drag it down. And when all column is selected, you move your fingers from your mouse. That's it. And then you hit enter on your keyboard and this is selected. Now you will go here and select OK. So this is the average weight. What are the average days? Same way, go above, put your mouse here, is equal to, go down, select average. Either select this arrow or you can directly select here and click OK and your average days came up. Same way, what if you want to take average or of only, for example, what if you want to take average of only first two and the last number, not all the numbers, then how to take it? So we can write here selective average. So let's take this. Same way here on the cell, sorry, here is equal to, now we are taking, sorry, a selective average, right? Okay. So what you have to do, you put one bracket, small bracket on your keyboard, shift and bracket. This bracket is called as small bracket. How you get that bracket? You press shift and then you press 9 I am working on laptop, so I have 9. Maybe it is different on your keyboard because you are working on desktop. And then you select this, move your mouse on the numbers which you want to select. For example, this is the number I want to select. I select it. Again, shift and is equal to button. When you put shift and is equal to, then the plus sign will come. This is how on my keyboard is. And then you select another number which I want to take average, maybe 70. Then I want to take another number, same way. I will take this 110 and then I will take, I will take the other bracket. I will close the bracket. So for that, it is on my 0 button. So I will press shift and I will select it. Now I am taking the average of 3 digits, right? So how you take the average? Average is actually sum of all the numbers divided by total numbers, how many you are using. So how many I am using? 1, 2, and 3. So it should be divided. So divided is this sign on your keyboard, and then you will say 3. Okay, this is, I have created a formula. Then you are going to hit enter. So this is the selective average of only 3 numbers that I wanted to select. Now, if you see, there are so many digits after the decimal, right? You see 1, 2, 3, 4 digits. I don't want to show so many digits. So you go here above the number and you say decrease decimal. So you see, you most of the times 2 decimal points are good. So I am using 2 decimal points in data. Sometimes it's good to have 3, but not more than 3. So I rounded it off. I will select it. This is selective average. This is also average. Let me show you something else. Let me show you this formula again, how I created. You go on the top is equal to shift and 9, which shows you small bracket. I think let me first see how many which I took. I took first 2 and the last one. Okay. So you go here is equal to first this one, same way plus this one, plus last one, bracket close, divided by how many I am selecting? 1, 2, 3. 3 is done. These are the average days. Okay. So this is how actually you create simple formulas. What is how you create if you have to multiply, right? For example, you want to multiply weight into the days. For example, here we can create another column, weight multiply by days per week. Okay, let me wrap it and let me put, okay. So how to do the multiplication? Let's see. So you go same way here is on the column is equal to, so we are multiplying weight into days per week. So we are selecting this cell, weight. Then what is the sign for multiplication? The sign for multiplication is asterisk. On my keyboard, it is on 8. So shift into asterisk. This is the sign of multiplication. You see here? Let me zoom it more for you. Oh, okay, let's do it. Oh, let me escape my formula. And let me zoom the sheet so you can see what is the sign. So here is equal to weight multiply by this. You see this sign? This is basically the multiplication sign. It is on my keyboard, it is on 8, but I don't think so it is on 8 on your keyboard because you are on desktop. So then multiply by days. This would be the days. Then hit enter and you see multiplication happened. Now another thing, now you want to calculate weight multiplied by days for all these numbers. You don't have to go to each cell and create this formula. What you can do, you can simply move your mouse on this and select one left. Then if you see on Excel that there is a dot, you see there is a dot here on the bottom right hand side. This dot or point is not anywhere else except here. You see this? So you move your mouse on the top of this cell, and when it is here on this dot, you put your mouse here. You see it turned into a plus sign or a cross sign. When it is there, you click or you press left side of, sorry, mouse, and you see it is already multiplicated, right? So how it happened, you can do two ways. You press it or left hand side, and you can even drag it down, and this is all multiplication happened. Okay, let me go back now. You can even take the average this way. For example, I want to take the same formula here. You see the same way, this plus sign, when it is there, press left click and move it now to the right, because this is where I am going. So I am moving it to the right with my finger, and it calculated the average. Same way here, this plus sign, when it appeared, press left on your mouse and move the other finger to your right hand side or wherever you want to take the average. I want to take here, the average is collected. So you see this average is now selective, right? This average is for all. So this is how you don't have to create the formulas again and again on Excel sheet. Let me show you one more thing. Now you would like to create a graph or a chart between weight and days per week to calculate the correlation. Correlation means the dependency between the variables or parameters. When one variable is changed, the other variable is also changed. Either the other variable increased or the other variable decreased. For example, here, if you see, by increasing the weight, the number of days are also increasing. So this is also a correlation. So let's make a chart. So first you need to select your data. So for example, you move your mouse on this cell and you press left click, and then you press shift. Selection is same as in Word or PowerPoint. So shift and the arrows and down. Okay. Then you go to insert. For correlation, you always go to scatter charts. So I will go to the scatter chart, and the scatter chart is here. You see that it is also increasing the correlation. Now I want to make it a little bit better, this chart. So I will go to quick layout. You see when okay, let's go back first. So you see when I went to insert, I inserted under the chart areas, scatter chart. I click this scatter chart. You can see when I will do that, there is nothing. But when I will create this chart, another thing will come up here. You will see it. Let's see. So I have created it. You see, it came up as a chart design. And in chart, it was not here before, right? The chart design was not there. So you move it here. You see this side, the same way as you moved in Word and PowerPoint. These four arrow, the plus sign is used to move, and you see these dots came up, which is to drag it and make it smaller or bigger. Exactly same with pictures and tables on Word and PowerPoint. Now I will go to the quick layout. I will go down. Now what I need the scale here, like which parameters I am taking. For x-axis, this is called axis now. In graph or chart on Excel, this horizontal scale is called as axis X. Vertical scale is called as axis Y. So I want to add axis X. What is this? I also want to add axis Y. What is this? So I will go to the quick layout. What I need axis X and axis Y. I will probably choose, no, I want to show you how to calculate this, so that's not okay. Let's go for this simple one. I will choose this one. Now here I don't want these lines because usually you don't see these lines. So how to delete these lines? You move your mouse up, you select any line by clicking one left on your mouse and you click delete button on your keyboard, DEL, and it is gone. Okay. Next thing I want to do, I want to type what is my x-axis. What is my x-axis? I will select it and I will type if weight in kg. Then I move to my y-axis. I select same way and it would be days per week. Now, what is my chart title? My chart title will be a correlation between days per week and weight in kg. This is my chart title. In scatter charts, you don't need this. This is for bar graphs most of the times. Now I want to format my x-axis. I will select this and I will right click. I will go to format axis. This will come up right on your right hand side. Here I can even select the scale. For example, I want to show the maximum scale, minimum scale is 0, the maximum scale is 120, the units are 20 units apart, which is okay, but I would like to make it 10 units apart, but that would be too much, right? So let's make it 15 units apart. So you see the scale changed. Now it is 15 units apart. Now let me go down because I want to have the marks. So I want to have the tick marks for major one and also for the minor one outside. So I will click major. Sorry, if you see on my right hand side, I will go to the major and I will say outside. You see the marks came up. Why I want to have marks? Because when I will print this paper, I can use my scale and I can do it manually too. I can put my scale here and I can calculate where it is going on the line. Same way, minor outside. So minor are out for 3. I would like to make it maybe 5, not 3. And this is how my scale is done. Same way, I want to select this, right click, format axis, and I will go to the my labels, not labels, sorry, the ticks, and I will select outside. Then what else I want to do is I want to, you can even select, make it beautiful, you can make it bold, you can make this also, this axis also bold if you like. I mean, for me, the whole purpose is to show you how to calculate the things. So you can even select this axis and you can even select, change the color of line if you want. This is in this paint box, paint tool. You see line, and in line here, where it says outline color, you can choose the black if you want, and it will turn into black. Same way here, black color. So, but that was not the purpose. So let me show you how you actually calculate the line. In correlation, this is now we are going to calculate the correlation or regression analysis. Okay, regression analysis are very important in the charts, especially in the line charts, to calculate the unknown parameter. So let's see, I want to select, I will go to chart design here. Let me make it bigger now. And then add chart element. I will click this down. I want to add a trend line. So I want, which one I want? I want to have the linear forecast, not exponential. So I will go to the linear forecast and this is shown here. Let's see what else is there. In trend line, legend, you can even error bar, I think I will show you in advanced level. We don't need to go for there right now. More trend line options. You will click more trend line options because we need to set something. So in more trend line options, we selected linear because we are checking the linear relationship. And I want to display these two things because these two things will help you to calculate the unknown value. So we need the equation, we need the R squared. This R squared is the linear regression coefficient. If linear regression coefficient is higher than 0.9, it means your data is good. If it is not, then your data is not good. So this is how you select it. Now I will show two last things and then I will end this today. First, I can see that my line is ending here. There is no point, no data on this area between 0 and 45. I will delete this area because it just doesn't look good. So I will select this, my scale again. Let me do that. Okay. And then let's format axis. So minimum scale, that maybe I will go for, my data is starting at 45. So I will go for 45 here. You see, now it looks much better, right? But now the difference is between too much. So let me go back and let me put it maybe major as 10. Let's see. Now it looks better, right? So we have our 4 points here. We have this equation. Now, why we needed this equation? Y is equal to 0.7. So this is your linear regression equation. Now, why it is used? Because it is used to calculate unknown parameter. Which unknown parameter? For example, the question is that you have 50, 70, 100, 110. Now the question is, how many days will it need if someone has a weight of 90 kg? 90 kg is not here. So how to calculate those number of days, right? So what is your y? In your y-axis are the days per week. X-axis is the weight, right? So what if you have the value of x but not the value of y? So how to calculate this? So this is your equation, right? Let me go move more towards the sheet. This is your equation. Y is equal to 0.078 x minus, you don't usually write minus on Excel sheet, so you just write the next number, 2.1868. Okay, so what, your x value is known, your x value is 80 kg, but you don't know your y value. So what is it written? It means 0.078 multiplied by x, right? So 80 multiplied by 0.078, right? And then it is minus 2.1. So first let's do the multiplication here and put the number here. Same way, on the top is equal to, select this, shift your asterisk, multiply by, select this, hit enter. This is how you are multiplying. Now it should be, what is formula says, whatever you multiply should subtract the other number. So we have multiplied by and we got this number. Now I should subtract from this number, right? So let me create, let me put this here again, 2.1868. Let's do the subtraction here, is equal to this number selected, minus sign on your keyboard, and then this number. So these are the number of the days. This is the y value we have calculated now. So these are the number of days that a person needs per week if the person's weight is 80 kg. Okay. Same way you can even calculate, same way you can calculate even, let me drag it down because this is the same value. Okay. Same way you can calculate X value. If, for example, number of days are given, but someone is asking you a question, okay, then how many, for example, if someone is asking you that in 4 days, how much weight the person should be to lose the weight. So let's calculate the X value. Now, let's suppose X value is unknown and we know the Y value. So Y value is what? So let's type the formula again, 0.078 X 2.1868. Now let's go for Y value. So Y value is now known, 4 days, 0.078. We don't know the value of X, 2.1868. Now, to do this, what we have to do? We have to move this whole equation. When you move this 2.1868 to the other side, to the Y side, it will turn into plus sign, because minus will turn into the plus sign. Any sign will turn into the opposite sign. It is the mathematics basically. So in mathematics, you do this 4. Basically, I am moving this to other side. So 4 will be added to this number and this number will come up. Okay. 0.078, same way X. Now in simple math formula, when you have to move something which is multiplied by the unknown parameter A, B, or C, when you have to move this number the other side, it will go it will be divisible, like it will go for division. So let's put this X here, and then what we are going to do, we are going to divide this by this number, and you see almost 80 we got. So we got almost 80. So this is how you can calculate, and this is the weight that we have calculated. So you can calculate X or Y. That's why these regression equation is very important for trend lines, and that's why this is used to calculate the unknown parameter on Excel sheet. I will stop my this thing here, and I will be, there are a few more things, but I think we can cover in next time. I will stop sharing my screen and I will see if you have any question. If you have, you can type in the chat box. And for the next time, I don't get any assignments from you, not from students, not from teachers whenever I give. So the next time, the assignment will be that I would like to see from teachers to prepare one, the scatter chart with linear equation. Use any data, any parameters. I use weight and days per week. You can use any data and calculate X and Y values of unknown, whichever question you like. This would be the assignment, because if I have to go to the next level in Excel, then I need to make sure that you know how to make the basic thing. So that was it. If you have any question, please type in the chat box so we can go from there. One an assignment was submitted. Yeah, one was submitted and one was also submitted for Word. Maureen sent me, but that was only one assignments, right? That was about the flyer. Someone submitted the flyer. Someone made the flyer and submitted it for the Microsoft Word. For PowerPoint, yeah, one assignment was submitted. But for Excel also, at least I need to be sure that. So for Excel, do this assignment. Prepare one scatter chart with trend line and regression equation Yeah, I will let me upload all these 3 lectures now after this lecture. You can always go pause the video, watch it, because our next lecture is going to be next week, right? So you have 3 days. So in 3 days, you can go to the YouTube video, you can watch it, you can pause it, you can go through it. So let me actually upload. I need to upload 3 videos are pending actually for King's Village Khana. I will do it now after this lecture. So this equation also format the axis like font, major ticks, scale, etc. This can be done uh, by clicking right on chart. And layout can be selected on chart. Quick chart layout. So yeah, so let's do that, because next time I would like to show more about like 2 parameters, 3 parameters, and also about histograms and bar charts and 2-dimensional charts. So we need to be sure that, because I think we have, let me see how many lectures are left. Oh, okay. So we have 1, 2. So we have only 2 lectures left, right? And we have to cover so much. I want to show you how to make a video on PowerPoint, how to make a GIF on PowerPoint. I need to show you, I think flyers, Word is almost covered maybe. And I need to show you the Excel sheet. So I have to divide all these 3 things into next lectures, because in the last lecture, I would like to take an assignment. So that would be another day. So do you have any question so far? You don't have any question? Okay. Do you have any question or?
What's that? No. Oh. Yeah, the lecture is so interesting, but it seems you are a little bit fast.
I understand this thing you said to me before, but I tried my best to slow down. I don't know how to slow down more, actually.
Okay.
Seriously. I seriously slowed down as much as I could. So if that's the thing. So let me upload these videos, because then people can pause it according to their speed. Every person has different speed, I know. So let them pause on the videos and let them see what is going to be there, what is that, what is this point, and then they can follow up. I tried my best to slow down, but I had to cover these things in one lecture. Otherwise, you cannot learn anything at all, if I will be more slower than this. Okay.
Okay, so now the videos, so that we follow you on YouTube to watch them.
Yes.
I think the last time Maureen sent us one. Since there's any other.
Okay. I will send you, Isaac, I have your email address. So I will send you all the links once I upload today, okay? So I will send you by email, okay?
That's okay. All
Good.
right. Good.
Otherwise, we also have a channel. This is a channel name. You can always go to this channel on YouTube and you can watch all the latest videos. Even I have some videos from Uganda. I gave them also the trainings. So you can even watch those videos too. So I will upload these after this lecture. I will start. I have 3 videos to upload. So I will start working on it. And as soon as I do it today, I will send you by email all the links, okay? So I will copy paste all the King's Village Khana links and you can go and watch it, okay?
That's fine.
Good. So do you have any other question? All good?
All right.
I know
That's
it's a little bit faster, but I tried my best to slow down as much as I can. But I also have to cover some basics. I cannot leave the thing in between because I know you can always go and watch the video to learn the back thing. But I don't want that in this time you learn nothing, like nothing comes out, only very basic things. So I want that you take something away when you leave.
just for clarity, did you say we have 2 more lectures to do?
Yes, we have 2 more lectures to do only. So because we have to cover few more things, we have to cover the video on the PowerPoint and the GIF on the PowerPoint. That will take 1 lecture, 1 full lecture. And then we have in the next lecture, I have to show you more advanced features in the Excel sheet, like much better, which many teachers will need basically. For example, we only cover today scatter chart. We have to cover the histograms and we have to cover more formulas. We only cover like one basic formula, addition and subtraction and multiplication. We need to use more other formulas like the t-test analysis. So one lecture will go completely for Excel and one will go completely for PowerPoint. And then I think I will arrange one more which will be only for assignment.
Yes.
I think we're okay for today. And
Okay,
thank you
so
so much for your time.
no worries. Have a great day. Take care, all of you, and enjoy your time. Okay. I will see all of you next time. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.